I cannot find little Johnny nor Kenneth.
Why, they're probably playing about the ground somewhere.
I've called them and they don't answer. I'm afraid they've run away.
There, don't worry, Maria. I'll have the sergeant of the guard look for them.
Dios mío.
You are one brave little soldier. Bravo! So they cut off the buttons. That's just like a Yaqui.
We found the suit near the foothills. We chased them, but they had too much of a start. We lost all trace of them in the mountains.
I'm going to see the commandant about calling out the troop. My son must be found.
I suggested you better wait a few days. The Yankees are a strange lot. Such a move might cause them to kill him. Otherwise, they'd probably hold him for ransom.
Poor little Johnny. A handful of buttons. The price of his life.
Daddy's gone away, Daddy.
Yes, my boy. You are all that I have left now, Kenneth. This is the happiest day of my life, Kenneth. It isn't every ranking cadet that would choose the cavalry. Accept my congratulations.
Thank you, Father. Colonel Holbert, I mean.
Oh, you must be mighty proud now that you're a real officer.
I certainly am, Miss Brandon.
And you, too, should feel proud, Colonel Holbert, having Kenneth request duty at Fort Crockett.
Which proves he's a chip off the old block. We Holberts have a cavalry tradition, you know.
Indeed we have.
If they ever drop this branch of the service, I'll cease being a soldier.
Oh, Colonel, well, I don't see how the Army will get along without you.
Looks as if his first conquest is your niece.
They certainly do make a handsome couple.
Miss Dorothy's a fine girl. She's of the stuff an officer's wife should be made of.
You know, Colonel, Kenneth doesn't resemble you a bit. He must have taken after his mother.
So he did. She was Spanish.
Oh, I see.
Father wired he was sorry he couldn't be here today. His compliments were too flattering to tell you after all the honors heaped on you.
Did he say anything definite about your going to Mexico?
Promised Aunt Emma and I could leave as soon as they've made accommodations for us at the mine.
And you're going to stop at Fort Crockett?
Why, of course. How many times are you going to me that same question?
I'm not always going to ask you that same question.
the only picture I have of Kenneth and Johnny together.
Well, they look like little soldiers.
So they were.
They're exactly alike. I don't see how you told them apart.
They were just alike in looks, but their natures were different. Kenneth was always very serious, while Johnny was just the opposite.
Twins are usually like that.
There's another picture of Kenneth and his chums. That was taken while he was at school in the Philippines.
Oh, isn't he a handsome boy? I can hardly realize that I've been here a whole week.
Time certainly does fly. That is, when you don't want it to.
I've had a glorious time, Kenneth.
Do you really have to leave in the morning? Can't you stay a few more days?
Wish I could. But it's impossible since Father sent one of his agents all the way up here to escort us.
Then I'm going to request a leave of absence and go with you.
It must be a great consolation to have Kenneth with you, Colonel.
It certainly is.
Too bad his brother couldn't have lived to be here, too.
You better retire, Endeavor. You have to have your beauty sleep, you know.
Indeed, I do. You know, Colonel, ever since my girlhood, I've required 8 hours sleep. And if I don't get it, well, I'm a perfect wreck. Good night, Colonel.
Good night.
Good night, Colonel Holbert.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Colonel.
Should have been 2 of you in the troop, my boy.
This is going to be a mighty lonely place when you've gone.
Nonsense. You'll forget all about me within a week.
I will not. I want you to accept it as our engagement ring.
Don't you think we better wait until we're more sure of ourselves?
I'll never be more sure.
Well,
I'm sorry I can't grant Kenneth's request for a leave of absence, but you'll return soon or I'll miss my guess.
She promised she'd be back next month.
Oh.
I will if I can persuade Dad to let me.
Well, we better be going. Your father's agent said we would leave promptly at 10 o'clock. Oh, Colonel, I do hope we haven't outworn our welcome.
Certainly not. It's been a pleasure, I assure you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Goodbye, Colonel Holbert.
Goodbye, Dorothy. Oh, Ken, have my driver report to me just as soon as you return.
Yes, sir. Mr. Lee and Sheriff Dean in your office waiting to see you, sir.
Very well. Good morning, gentlemen.
Howdy, Colonel.
Good morning, Colonel.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Colonel, we've come to ask aid of the Army in capturing this bandit, El Zorro.
What's the latest report about our playful friend?
Well, there's nothing playful about him. He robbed my bank again last night.
Yes, he's cost Mr. Lee plenty. He's El Zorro's chief contributor.
He's costing me thousands of dollars. All I have to show for it is that bunch of IOUs.
Who use? Well, this shows a sort of humorous streak in the fellow.
Humorous? I call it downright nerve. He even wrote me a letter of apology for being overdrawn.
Here's some more of his practical jokes. For provisions and various other things.
Why don't you catch him, Sheriff?
Say, traps set all along the border, but he just sniffs at them like the fox that he is.
I'll tell you, Colonel, something has got to be done.
By the army?
Yes, by the army.
Move that rock, will you, Bill?
Put up your hand. Give me the gun. I am sorry to detain you, Senor, Senora, Senorita. Have no fear. I am strictly business. I will not harm you.
I'm not frightened, but you look so much like someone I know that for a moment it startled me.
Well, if he looks like me, then he must be a very good-looking hombre. Give me the money box, please. Open it.
Oh, I've just been secretly praying that we'd meet a bandit. Isn't it perfectly thrilling?
He certainly does look like Kenneth.
Oh, but he's much better looking.
Gracias. Here is your receipt. You know, I am strictly business, always. You can remove the rock. I very much regret to be of disturbance, but the road is very steep ahead, so I take the box and it will make the car more light. Comprende? You can go now. Adios.
Vámonos, muchachos, a prisa. Detengan el coche. ¡Deprisa!
Hands up. Hands up.
Ándale, give me the money. Pronto.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. We've been robbed already.
Don't they joke to me, or I shoot you.
I'm not joking. You can search for yourself.
Muchachos, registren el coche. Vamos. Get out.
Get out.
We were held up just a few minutes ago by that young bandit who calls himself El Zorro.
El Zorro. Again, he has interfered with my business. I have many things to settle with him when we meet.
Oh, what a terrible person. Oh, I just hate bandits. I knew we should never have taken this trip.
No hay nada.
Nada?
No.
Pues regístralos a todos.
Manuel, don't.
Dime la mano. Tráeme la gringuita esa.
Oh, no. Oh.
You are very beautiful, señorita. I think I take you with me. Sube al caballo. ¡La doy! ¡Cállate, la vieja! ¡Vamos!
Una limonita para este pobre cieguito. Una limonita, por amor de Dios, para este pobre cieguito.
In one hand I have a silver coin. In the other I have a gold one. Which you take, eh?
Gracias, señor. Dios te lo pague.
There, you can have the gold one, too.
Muchas gracias, señor. Muchas gracias. Dios te lo pagará.
¡El Zorro! Pedro.
¿Cómo está, mi amigo?
Muy bien, Pedro.
Glad to see you.
And I am glad to see you, too.
How's business?
Oh, my business is very prosperous nowadays. I am hungry, Pedro. And I stopped by for some of Panchita's good cooking.
And what can I have fixed for you?
Never mind. I much prefer to eat in the kitchen.
El Zorro!
Hola, Panchita.
Oh, it is good to see you again.
Oh, I am as hungry as the wolf, Panchita. What have you got to eat?
Frijoles and tortillas?
Bien, sírvame pronto. Panchita, I had the most wonderful adventure today. I met an American senorita.
Was she pretty?
Beautiful. There is no painting of the Virgin in all the cathedrals who could do her justice.
Where did you meet her?
Up the bank.
I will read the cards and see what they say about her.
I do not believe in the cards. What do they say? Never mind. I have no time for ladies. I am strictly business.
Este pobre cieguito. Un amor de Dios.
Pedro, tequila para todos.
Sí, señor.
¿Tequila ustedes también?
Sí,
Bueno.
Qué bonita muchacha. De veras.
You hombres, you feast your eyes on beauty. You would sell your souls to be in my place. Well, what will you give in money?
If you don't release me at once, the military authorities in my country will hold you responsible.
Well, what am I bid for the pretty gringa?
Doy 100 pesos. Oye, es muy bonita muchacha. Yo la voy a comprar. 200 pesos.
I'll give you 500 pesos for her. I guess you would. But that is not enough. I was only joking with you. I will keep her for myself. Vamos. To my bride for tonight.
Manos arriba, pronto. Se va. Fuera. the guns away. Hey. You owe your life but to one thing. Senorita, I am ashamed that in my country you should meet such a man as this. You pig. I would shoot you myself, but I do not want wasted time with a coyote. Come with me, senorita. You need have no fear. I am strictly business. Make yourself at home, senorita. My casa is yours.
But you promised to return me safely to the border.
So I will.
But when?
Tomorrow, maybe. If not tomorrow, then the next day. Or the next day.
But my father and friends will be terribly worried about me. We'd better continue now.
No, it is much too far. And my horse is very tired. You people need not worry. You are safe here with me. No one knows where I live. And you should feel very honored. You are the first woman ever to enter my place. What do you say we eat? Maybe you prefer your own cooking, eh?
I'm not hungry, but I would like something to drink.
I am sorry I cannot offer you wine, but I drank the last of it myself this morning.
Oh, I meant milk or coffee.
Oh, coffee? There is the pot. You can fix it for yourself. Coffee on the shelf. And there is the water. Qué lástima. I am so sorry. I will fix it with some bacon. Now it is much better. Is it not?
Yes, thank you. Let me set the table for you.
Muy bien.
Changed my mind.
It is always a woman's privilege to change her mind.
Thank you.
This is the very best coffee I ever drank. You are one grand cook.
And you're a good cook. These beans are delicious.
I am glad you think so. Ah, you tear it like this. And then you tear it once more like this. Then you roll it up. Then you eat it.
Why do you live as you do? Why are you a bandit?
Because it is a very good business. I only work when I feel like it. I like it very much.
But your family.
I have no family.
You did have one.
That was a long time ago. My father was killed by the rurales. My mother, she died 5 years ago.
You know, you look so much like someone else. The resemblance is really remarkable.
Who is he?
An American?
Ah, I like the Americanos very much. I have many good friends across the border.
He's an army officer.
Oh, but I do not like officers. They trouble me too much. Pardon. These rings look too clumsy for such a delicate finger. I think I know where there is one that would look much better. The coyote, when he howls, he's time for sleep. I think we better go to bed now. You can sleep in my bed.
But where will you sleep?
On the floor. That is all right. Shall I put out the light?
Yes, please.
Buenas noches.
What did you say?
Buenas noches. That means good night.
Oh, good night. Buenas noches.
say Miss Brandon is still being held by bandits? And notify the nearest Federalistic commandant? And keep me informed of the progress of the search.
What happened? Any news?
Not yet. There hasn't been time.
Then I'll take the company across the border.
Although you are my son, please remember I am your superior officer.
But she's in the hands of outlaws. The girl that's to be my wife.
I know how you feel, my boy. But to send the troop across the border would cause international complications. It can't be done. Come in.
Sir, Sheriff Dean to see you.
Show him in. Colonel, I've just received word from the chief of police of Agua Verdes that Miss Brandon was rescued at Monte Blanco shortly after she was kidnapped.
Oh? Yes.
But by another bandit, El Zorro. El Zorro?
This is an outrage. Something must be done immediately.
Everything possible is being done. The Federalists have been called out, and I'm sure we'll have some good news shortly. Won't you have a seat, Sheriff?
have not been wise.
Well, I must confess I have.
That is too bad. Ah, here is your slipper. It is a long way to the border, and you would be very uncomfortable in those clothes, so I bring you these.
But why 3 pairs?
I did not know your size, so I bring plenty. And I bring you a shirt, too.
Oh, thank you.
You better make yourself ready, and I will take you home.
You may come in now.
I think I better help you. Well, how do they fit?
Perfectly. Why, these are American Army buttons. Why do you wear them?
It was my mother's necklace, so I wear it in remembrance of her. The sun, he is very hot, so you better wear this.
Now that I'm leaving, I kind of hate to go.
Well, if that's the way you feel, then you had better stay.
Oh, no. I think I'd better go.
There are your papers. You will be given every assistance by the Federalist authorities and the police. I'll be away from the port the balance of the day. I've instructed Captain Davis to permit you to leave unofficially.
With your permission, I'll leave at once.
Permission granted, my boy.
I am as near the fort as it is pleasant for me in the daytime. You can keep the horse to remember me by.
I could never forget you after all you've done for me. I only wish there was some way I could repay.
I have been well repaid by your presence. The pleasure has been all mine.
Well, adios.
No adios, senorita. Hasta la vista. That means until we meet again.
Oh, well. Goodbye.
To my horse, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and see that someone brings my things to Colonel Holbert's house.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dorothy! Dorothy! For the love of heaven, what happened? Are you all right?
Yes, I'm quite all right.
Well, where in the world have you been?
Having a wonderful adventure.
Adventure? We received word you were kidnapped by a bandit.
So I was. By a terrible person. But I was rescued by a gentleman named El Zorro.
El Zorro?
Yes. I owe my life to him.
Possibly so, but he is no gentleman. He is a bandit and no doubt a killer.
Why, don't believe it. I was never treated with more respect in my life.
Why, Dot?
And you know, he looks just like you.
I like that. Comparing me to a common outlaw.
I'll tell you more about it later. Bye.
I am sorry if I have frightened you.
You shouldn't have come here. The soldiers might discover you.
I am not afraid of the soldiers. They have chased me many times before.
But why expose yourself to danger?
The only danger, it is in your eyes. Has my father returned, Captain Davis?
No, but he phoned he would be here in time for dinner. Oh, I informed of Miss Brandon's return. Sir, I wish to report that a sentry picked up a horse just outside the fort that answers the description of El Zorro's. El Zorro? Call out the guard. Search the ground.
But why did you come?
To keep my promise. Here it is, that one ring I have told you.
Gorgeous. But I can't accept it. Please go before it's too late.
Farley,
Yes, Kenneth?
open the door. Let me in.
Wait a minute, I'm dressing. Where can we go?
Not until you have taken this ring. This is very clumsy.
Now hurry, please.
Dorothy! Dorothy! Open the door! Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
matter?
Who are you talking to?
No one.
Why, I'm positive I heard the man's voice in here.
Halt! Who goes there? Stop and be recognized.
So he was in your room, and you protected him by letting him escape.
He saved my life. The least I could do was save his.
And you're wearing his ring. Now I understand. He's your lover.
Why, Kenneth! Kenneth!
I called out the guard, but he escaped Lieutenant Holbert's car. One of the sentinels shot his hat off as he drove away.
Come in.
Colonel Holbert wishes to see you in the office at once, sir.
All right.
El Zorro, the Fox. He is well named. Captain Davis has just reported that El Zorro has paid the fort a visit.
Not the fort. Dorothy.
Dorothy?
Why, he had the nerve to go right up into her room. But that's the last time he'll ever do it. I'm going after you.
Careful, my boy.
Now, and I'm going to...
Captain Davis, provide Lieutenant Holbert with El's horse. Permit him to leave the fort unofficially.
Yes.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, Father.
But Kenneth, where are you going?
To return El Zorro's call. He's wanted on both sides of the border. Dead or alive. And I'm going to get him.
Why, Kenneth!
Well, welcome back, Dorothy.
Thank you, Colonel Holbert.
Sorry I wasn't here when you returned. You must have had an exciting experience.
I'll never forget it.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you. Colonel Holbert, are you positive that Kenneth's twin brother was killed?
Quite positive. Why do you ask?
Because the young man who befriended me looks enough like Kenneth to be his double.
Like Kenneth?
Yes, and I have reasons to believe that he might possibly be an American.
What makes you think so?
Well, he acts very much like one at times.
That's very interesting and unusual. And I am sure that my little boy Johnny was killed by the Yaqui Indians. The price of his life, a handful of buttons.
Buttons? Why, he wears a necklace made of little army buttons. I asked him about them, and he said that they belonged to his mother.
I wonder if he could be my son.
Possibly he is. And to think that Kenneth might kill him.
Do you think you could find your way back to his place?
Oh, I'm positive I could.
Then prepare to travel. We will leave as soon as possible.
El caballo de Zorro.
Sí, ese es. Vamos a seguirle. Vamos.
Vamos.
Your hands, Zorro.
Why, I am your brother. Brother?
Father, it's Johnny.
My boy. Johnny, my boy. My boy.
And you are my father?
Yes, yes, and to think, Johnny, that I've found you at last. Did you do this, Kenneth?
No, thank goodness. No, it was my friend Lopez. It is a very good thing for me that he is such a bad shot.
We'd better try and find a doctor.
Oh, no, never mind. It is nothing. I have been shot many times before. Besides, I do not like doctors. But I think I need a nurse. You know, Father, Dorothy makes the grandest coffee I ever drank.
And that's another reason why you should go back with us.
No, that is not to be. I do not like to go to jail.
But my boy, don't you realize that you can't go on living a life like this?
But I am going to start a new life. I think maybe I go into the mining business in this country. Oh, of course, I will come and visit you sometimes. The horses are ready, Father.
Goodbye, Johnny.
Goodbye, Father.
Maybe someday you will change your mind.
My business, yes. My mind, never. Goodbye, Johnny. I'm sorry you're not coming with us. Goodbye, my brother.